All right, this is the info session for the upcoming Mittersill and Waterville races this weekend for New England Masters. Thanks to everyone who is coming out this weekend. We appreciate it. We're gonna have great snow this weekend, so make sure you get registered and get ready for some great racing. So um, we're gonna have plenty of time for Q&A. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of people joining us, so if there's something we don't cover on this call and you're watching the replay, just reach out to me at nemsracing@gmail.com and we'll get you squared away. But there's a lot of places you can get info. I'm gonna cover all those tonight. But again, if there's any questions afterwards, just feel free to reach out. So there's a lot of similarities between these two events, so I'm going to start with a high level kind of summary, just in case you need the abbreviated version and you don't want to watch the whole thing. So I'm just going to run through a bunch of stuff really quickly here, and also save us a little time afterwards. But just to summarize, Waterville is on Friday, Mittersill is on Saturday. Both races are giant slalom. Both races are double races. So we'll be running two full GS races at Waterville and at Mittersill. So it'll be a lot of racing. It's going to be two great days. Both races are sanctioned, USSS sanctioned. And so what that means is that you are required to have a USSS master's license for both. If you have one, great, you're all set. If you don't have one, please reach out to us. We have free ones to give out, but you still need to fill out some forms online. Just takes a few minutes, and we'll give you a discount code to basically take care of the costs. It's like 100% discount code. And so you need to reach out to our RA, Lucy Blake, and she'll set you up with that code. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to us just at nemsracing@gmail.com. The other thing you're required to have is a hard-sided FIS certified helmet. So again, because it's sanctioned, you need a license, and you also need to have that hard-sided FIS helmet. And you'll know if it's FIS certified because they'll have the decal on the back. So if you're wondering, is my helmet certified or not, just flip it around. There should be a FIS certification decal on the back. And again, if you have any questions, about that stuff, please reach out. And if you don't have a helmet that conforms, reach out. We've had people where we've gone out and found an extra helmet for them. The sooner the better, though. It's easier for me to make phone calls a day or two in advance versus a few hours. I usually have a higher level of success of getting you a helmet a couple days in advance versus a couple hours. So help me help you if you need it. And well, that should be about it. And last but not least on that stuff, both venues require that tickets be purchased separately. So this was something that was started new last year. So if you came last year, it's the exact same setup. So hopefully it's pretty easy. But if you didn't come last year, both venues do require you purchase your racer ticket outside, and those are discounted tickets. They're very inexpensive. And I'm going to walk you through where to get the links, and then we'll actually walk through how to kind of navigate the sites. It's very easy, but I just want to make sure everyone can kind of see how it's done and then go from there. So, but pretty straightforward. I think a lot of people kind of know how to purchase tickets online by now. Okay, registration. All registration for our races, including these two, are done only online, and they're done only on masters.adminskiracing.com. You cannot purchase a race entry via Waterville's website. That's just where you get your tickets. So make sure, if you are new or maybe Waterville's your only venue that you come to, you need to make sure you go to masters.adminskiracing.com to sign up for this event. You need to have an active account on that website. If you already have one, it's as simple as logging in and clicking the register button. If you do not have one, it's, really just setting up an account, which takes just a couple of minutes. It's very simple. I'm sure you've done a bunch of these for other events. But once you have an account, you simply log in and you go to the race you want, click register, and you're registered. It's very easy. And you make sure on your accounts that your contact info is up to date, your emergency contact info is up to date, your allergies, as well as your credit card information. I know a lot of people change their credit cards throughout the year for a variety of reasons. That's okay, I get it. But when we go to run the race, just give your credit card a quick look, make sure it's still active. Otherwise, it's going to kick out and you're going to get an email from me afterwards asking you to update it anyway. So just help me out there if you wouldn't mind. Important, there are no day of race walk-in registrations for this event or Mittersill. So every one who registers, the registration deadline is listed on the race registration page. And just to let you know, for Waterville, the deadline is Thursday, this Thursday, the 18th at noon, 12 p.m. noon. And for Mittersill, the deadline is Friday at 9 a.m. So that's a little bit different. We need to kind of work with Mittersill on getting some ticket lists and printing and all that stuff. So we're trying to kind of accommodate their group as well. So again, the registration deadline for Waterville is Thursday at 12 p.m. noon. And for Mittersill, it's Friday at 9 a.m. And once those dates hit, the events will drop off of admin ski racing and you just won't see them. So, all right. So the I always get questions on things and that's great. I love people reaching out, but I also like to remind people that there are a number of different areas where you can get information and a lot of it's the same information. So there's a lot of redundancy built into the process that's intentional. We realize that folks kind of get their information in different ways. But there's four real main key areas that I wanted to highlight. And so I will share my screen really quick, just so you can see it, but okay. So the first place I always go to is adminskiracing.com. This is the main page, or sorry, masters.adminskiracing.com. If you have an account, you simply just log in. If you don't, you can create an account right there. You go into event sign up and you can see the current races coming up. So if you're looking for details on a race, you can click on any one of these links. And if there's details, they will be there. So you just click on this hyperlink. And there's going to be a bunch of details on here, including some other pages that will give you an additional information, some basic information about the race fee, ticket price, license, etc. Tonight's Zoom session, and then probably most importantly, who else is coming, so you can see the competition. So this is always a great way to kind of see who's going to be here. And if you see someone who's not there and they should be, make sure you reach out to them and tell them to get signed up. They're gonna want to make sure they're at these ones. Another area where you can find information is this info sheet. And so you just click on this PDF icon and there's a really great info sheet, things loaded with information on this specific race. So a lot of times and details in here. We'll go over all this stuff for Waterville in just a minute, but you'll see that in there. And then, and obviously sorry, X'd out of that. And then also another place you can go is the NEMS Racing website. So it's nemsracing.org. I think most people probably know it by now, but and there's two key areas here where you can go to get information. And so the first one is on the schedule page. So again, go to the home page, go to schedule right here, scroll down, you can see all of our races coming up. But for this one in particular, You can go find the Waterville and Mittersill races. Again, you just click on the hyperlink. It's going to give you a ton of information that you can get to really quickly. And then again, that info sheet is also listed right here. Same exact sheet, real easy to get to. So you want to just be mindful of where those are. So those are two really good things right there. And then lastly, on the home page here, you can go to race pages. Now, each race has a race page, so you just go to the icon, click on it, and you're going to see everything related to Waterville or Mittersill or whatever race you're looking for is going to be here. How to register, a lot of the same. Again, there's a lot of redundancy in here, so if you're missing it somewhere, it's probably somewhere else as well. But on the race page, if you're looking for kind of tips or where to stay, where to eat, things to look out for, AKA, make sure you're not speeding at Waterville. We always seem to have someone who gets bagged by the police on the way up or the way down. We don't want you starting or ending your day with a speeding ticket. So just be mindful of that. They're out there. So just be careful. There's a map in here if you're not familiar with the area, some hotel recommendations, food recommendations, etc. There's a lot of people that don't know the areas maybe that well or haven't been there in a while, and they're always asking these questions. So if you're curious, check the race page out. This is a really kind of good resource for folks. And so the last place where you can get information, and I actually can't show it because it's an app and I can't pull it up on my screen here, but we do use the Stack Team app, which is an online app on your phone. And I'll show you, it's a free app you can download. It's what we use for all of our race day communication. So it's where you're going to get information on any changes in the start times for any of the races or any updates on anything race day related. It's going to come through the Stack Team app. And so the icon though is right here. Make sure if you have not downloaded it, it's a free app to download. You go into your app section on your phone, type in Stack Team app. You'll see this icon. Make sure you just don't type in Team app because Microsoft, that's a Microsoft product, it's completely different. You can download that if you want, but we don't use it. And so make sure you have that. And then when you log in, you can create an account. Again, it just takes a minute. It will ask you for a credit card. You do not need to enter it. We do not use the Stack Team app for any payments whatsoever. A lot of other programs do use it. So like junior leagues, T-ball, soccer, like they pay for like pizzas and uniforms and things like that, which is fine. So you don't need to enter a credit card. And then once you're in there, you just look up for a team, look up New England Masters Ski Racing. You'll see our icon and our team, just request access, and then we'll grant it access and you'll see it. And make sure that you allow or enable pop-ups and emails. That's the best way to make sure you're going to get this information. And when you're done racing, or if you're done for the season, or you're not coming back this year, like you can turn those notifications off so you're not getting bugged by them. So it's a pretty nice app, but you got to download it. So those are the main areas where you're gonna get information. I'm gonna pause there for a minute. If anyone has any questions, again, this was high level, all kind of focused on the same two races, and then we're gonna jump into race specific stuff next. Okay, well, off to a good start, I guess. So let's talk about the Waterville races. So again, these are going to be on Friday. I'm going to pull up the race info sheet as well. Again, I'm going to the same exact places I'm asking you to go. So the Waterville races are on Friday, January 19th. Again, registration closes on Thursday at 12 p.m. noon. These are going to be two giant slalom races, and they're taking place on World Cup, and we will be going out of the slalom start. So if You've been to if you've been to Waterville before, you probably know it where it is by now. If you haven't, World Cup's a great trail. We've raced there a ton. It's their big race trail at the mountain. It's a really great spot. But if you're not familiar with the area, this is Waterville parking lot, base lodge. This is the Tecumseh Six of what you're going to be taking up to get to the top area of where we need to go. This is the race trail right here. Okay, so this is Tommy's World Cup. Finish line's down here. We will not be using the T-bar. The start is going to be somewhere up here. I don't have the exact coordinates on here, but it will be right where we started last year. So if you came last year, you know where it's at. But it's a little bit of a hike up from here. Um, so pretty easy to get to. Very nice course. It'll be a great GS run. They ran some races there yesterday, and they said after over 200 runs going down the course, the snow is in perfect shape. They picked up a few inches today, nothing major. It's going to be freezing cold the rest of the week. It's going to be really nice by the time we get there on Friday. So I expect the conditions to be pretty dialed in for racing at that point. So I think we're going to luck out versus last year where we got 10 inches of fresh snow. So I think the journey down to the start will be a lot easier than last year. So one thing that I wanted to walk through before we got into all of the day of things was the actual tickets. Just because this is somewhat new for a lot of people. So if you go on to, again, you have to buy the tickets separately through a Waterville's webpage, and it's not their, main webpage. If you go on to the info sheet, there's a web page right here, and there's a discount code right here. So what I would do is just copy the discount code, click on that link. It's going to bring you to the tickets for the groups. This is where that discount code goes in. Pop it right in there. Okay, welcome, Masters. And then you scroll down. We're obviously all adults. There's no juniors here. And then you're going to click this one, and then just add that. And then this is where you're going to enter all of your details. I won't enter mine because they're going to save and they'll be on YouTube forever. But you enter all your details in here, just like anything else. Select adult, it's $45. It's really straightforward. Hit continue, and this is going to bring you to checkout, and then you just check out. It's a very straightforward process. But again, you need to use this link right here that's embedded in the info sheet, and you need to make sure you're using this code. You can copy and paste it in. If it's not working, just make sure you don't have spaces, or make sure your caps are right on there as well. But it should come up. It's a very easy process. I think everyone kind of got it last year. And then when you show up, you need to make sure that you stop by the ticket window on the way there. We're not going to have the tickets for you at registration. You have to walk by the ticket window on the way up anyway. So make sure you stop by and grab your ticket. Since you've already purchased it, it should be there waiting for you. One thing I will remind people of is that these tickets are non-refundable. So if you bought one tonight and then on Thursday you said, yeah, I can't make it, you can unregister from the race, but that ticket you can't unregister. That's a mountain policy. That's not a New England Masters policy. So please don't email me telling me that you can't get out of your ticket. I told you, and it's in here. I wish I could help you, but I can't.
Hey,
So,
Matt,
hey,
I just question, when we purchase the ticket, once we've purchased it, are we able to print a receipt for the ticket so that we take that with us to the ticket window?
yeah, I think you're supposed to get an email,
Okay.
and you should be able to print that. But I remember last year was an email. It's a good question.
And then presumably you bring, if you have one of those Waterville cards, like the RFID cards, you bring that and they load it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have that on here, but they may have an option to actually plug the number in and add it. I'm not entirely sure, Rich, but if you have it, bring it, and maybe they'll put it on.
Well, thanks for keeping the prices low, because these two races aren't that expensive from a ticket perspective.
Yeah, it's a pretty good deal, all things considered. I don't like to make a big point of it, but like, we're running two full races here, and these aren't cheap to put on, and so this is a great deal. So I'm excited to be able to get it for everyone, and hopefully folks come in and take advantage of it.
Exactly. It seems like the list is a little short, but hopefully there'll be more people signing up.
Yeah, you and me both.
I mean, are you going to put it out to the Wachusett NASTAR people or the Night
Yeah.
Race League or?
Yeah, it's out there.
Okay.
It's a Friday, so I get that, not everyone can take the day off. But it's out there, it's on Facebook, it's been emailed out, it's kind of floating around, so.
Yeah.
um,
Understood.
Yeah, but spread the word, I know you're up there, Wachusett. So if you think anyone would go, maybe push it a little bit, see if anyone would show up, but again, if they have questions, a lot of folks, they're hesitant because they've never done it before. That's fine, that's natural, but again, tell them to reach out to us. We'll walk them through everything. We'll make it as easy as possible so that they can just come in and really have a great day. Conditions are gonna be sweet on Friday, so
It's going to be firm. Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be really great. So, um, okay, last thing on tickets, Waterville is an Indy Pass, venue. If you have an Indy Pass, you can consider using it. I'm gonna, say that it's up to the racer to make that decision. So if you have an Indy Pass and you want to use it, go for it, but you need to kind of be able to navigate that. Again, New England Masters doesn't handle any of that stuff. So make sure that if you have a pass and you want to use it, that you're actually able to, and you have days left on it, because I know you only get two. So, okay. So let's kind of jump into day of race stuff. So registration, and again, all this stuff is on the info sheet, but sometimes it's good to just walk through. And so registration is going to be from 8 to 9 a.m. in the morning. The nice thing is that the race department is actually over in a brand new building. Like they're still putting the final touches on things over there. It's going to have that new building smell, and which is a good thing. And so we're going to be in that building, which is great. And the comp center is actually connected to, let me pull up the map here. It's connected to the Tecumseh Express lift. There's a building on the right side of it. That's home base for us. So registration, and that's actually right here. They don't have it on here. There's the base lodge parking lot. It'll be kind of right here. You'll see it. That's where registration will be. That's where you can kind of get ready. That's where awards are going to be. Everything will be right there. It's a great spot. And then you can kind of scoot over and then just jump on that nice new fast chairlift they have here. That chairlift is about a 6 to 8 minute ride. It's very comfortable. It's a smooth ride. So, but again, just keep that in the back of your mind from a timing standpoint. It is about a 6 to 8 minute ride. Could be a little bit longer depending if, they have to stop the lift. So,
It's called the Comp Center.
yeah. Let me see here. It's called, the new comp center.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a massive sign or anything, but you can't miss the building. It's right connected directly. Yep. Hey, Todd.
Hey, I just wanted to pipe in here very quickly. We're excited to have you folks on board, breaking in the new comp center. Just please ask a little bit of patience as we work out some of the kinks. There is no grandiose signage anywhere just yet. but what you're looking for is there's a garage door on the right side of the Tecumseh Express, the main chair, and you're just going to walk around to the right-hand side of that door. We'll figure out how to get signage up someday, but it's not there yet. So there's stairs around the corner to the right, and you'll take those up. That brings you into the comm center. We'll do our best to get you guys all set up in there. The only thing we don't do there is food, so you'll walk across to the base lodge for that.
Yeah.
One other note that I would ask there is we haven't worked out some of the logistics on, for example, ski storage. I would say you're probably better off leaving your skis in the ski rack in front of the main lodge, in front of the freestyle lounge there. It's right next to the six pack. We just ask that you don't put them on the snow right outside the comp center, as that is a live trail and traffic will be coming around the corner there. So let's not block that off, please.
Okay.
That's all I have to add here.
Yeah, thanks, Todd. That's good intel, especially on the skis. I know folks love to just kind of throw their skis down on the ground. So we'll make sure to relay that out, and we'll make sure folks know how to get in there. But you should be able to figure it out. It's a big building. It's right next to the big shiny new lift. You'll probably see other masters racers or even skiers, ski racers floating around there. So I don't think we'll have an issue there. And you can always reach out on the Teams app if you're having an issue, and if you're lost, we'll send out a search party to come get you and get you into the registration section. So, and so when you show up to registration, Lucy will be there. If you already have a bib, so you were at Stowe in December, or if you simply didn't return your bib from last year, make sure you bring that bib. That is your assigned bib. So if you already raced with us this year, you've already got an assigned bib. Make sure you bring it. If you held on to your bib from last year, you just forgot to bring it back, Lucy assigned that same bib to you. So make sure you bring it. Very important. And then a quick note on the end of the day, if you're going to be racing at Mittersill or other races that we have this year, hold on to the bib. That's going to be your bib for the season. If you're done racing with NEMS for the season, or if you're not sure, return the bib to Lucy at the end of the day. If you do happen to come back, we can always reassign either that bib or another one to you. It's really not a problem. We just have limited bibs, so we just need to be mindful of that. So again, if you already have a bib, make sure you bring it. You're all set. And if you don't, Lucy will have one for you, and just return your bibs at the end if you're done for the season, or if you're not sure. Okay, and so you can get ready in the comm center, which is nice. You can leave your bags there. This is a brand new space. I know our folks are really great, but I would just kind of echo that. Let's keep it looking nice. Keep your bags, organized, put them off to the side or wherever storage might need to be there. Don't leave any trash around, coffee cups, anything like that. Pick up after yourself, please. We're very fortunate to be allowed into these buildings. And this one's brand new. So let's try to keep it looking nice, and not having them regret having us in there. So, hey,
Matt,
Lucy, go ahead.
yeah, just make sure they do come to register, even if they have the bib. Just make sure you say that. If
Okay.
they,
Well, you just said it, so.
Kim said it.
Yeah, you just said it. But yeah, if you have a bib, you still need to register. You still need to walk in and show your face. Proof of life, very important.
Check in.
Just check in, say hi to Lucy.
Hi.
She's very nice usually.
Sometimes.
Yeah, she's very nice. So make sure you do check in. Okay, so just really quick on timing of the day, and then we'll wrap for Waterville. The lifts open at 9. So make sure, we're going to be right there, but make sure you're kind of ready to go at 9. Again, it's a nearly 10-minute lift ride up, which is fine, but inspection, and it's going to take a minute or two to ski down. So the time that you're on the clock, pretty much right away. So inspection is going to open at 9, and run to 9:45. We're gonna aim to start the race 1 at 10 a.m. That shouldn't really be an issue. We've been pretty good about that. So inspection 9 to 9:45, race will start at 10. You should, if you're on time and you're kind of, not dilly-dallying around, you should have enough time to get 2 looks at it. Not a big deal. So, and then race 2, we have it at 12:30, but this is really TBD. It really depends on how quickly race 1 works, and then we'll announce when inspection for race number 2 is, and we'll announce when that start time is as well. That'll come out through the team app, and obviously word of mouth is, I think, the best way to get communication within the Masters contingency. So, those are some of the quick timing parts, and then awards will take place usually about an hour after we're done with the races. So if we end at 2, awards will be at 3 p.m. and we're going to do them right in the comp center where we're registering, where we're getting ready and leaving our bags and all that stuff. So everything is self-contained. So when you're off the hill, if you want to get changed and bring your stuff to the car, or go across and get some lunch or get a beer, whatever, you have until 3 o'clock, essentially. So just keep that in the back of your mind. I think most people know how a double race day works, but just in case you don't, I'll walk you through how we operate those here. So race 1 will start at 10. We'll run our first run down. And then what we do encourage folks to do is circle back up and bring jackets and pants down. And also, if possible, do slip runs. And, before you start doing that, make sure it's okay to enter the course and make sure they're ready for you. Don't just jump in or do anything like that. We will have bags to put jackets and pants in. It will be a little chilly, but not terrible. We've certainly skied in worse, but nonetheless, it'll be cold. So if you can bring jackets and pants down, that would be great. I'm sure. I know I always appreciate when my stuff's waiting for me down there, and I know everyone else does too. So we will have 2 of those big red bags. You can hold on to them, bring them down, or you can just bring down singles and leave them down at the base. That's fine too. So. And then basically we want folks to kind of go right back up, because we're, after the first run, we will take a look at it. We typically don't reset. It sounds like the conditions aren't going to warrant a reset. But we may clean up the course. We may need to sweep some stuff out. We typically don't have to move any gates. If we do, it may be 1 or 2, but we're not doing a complete reset. So this will be a really quick, turnover, and then we're right back into it. So don't kind of go inside, get, comfortable and all this stuff. You got to go right back up and just keep moving. And then after that second run, that'll be the conclusion of the first race. You go inside, you get warm, get lunch, whatever you want to do. We'll announce inspection and start times for race 2, and then we'll just kind of go right back into it. And then we typically, if we start at 12:30, we'll probably be done by 1:30, 2 o'clock with the racing. So it's a really jam-packed day. You're going to get a lot of racing in, a lot of time on snow. It'll be a great day. So I'm going to stop there for Waterville. If anyone has any questions, speak now. And then if not, we're going to jump right into Mittersill.
Just a quick question, if I could take you back to the Stack Team app.
Yeah.
So the team that we enter, is it just New England Masters?
Yeah. New England Masters Ski Racing.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep. And as soon as you do that, if you're not on it already, I'll see it pop up and I'll just accept you and then you're in. Cool. Any other questions? Todd, anything else to add while we got you?
Nothing I can think of, Matt. Nope. Happy to answer anything, but otherwise, I'll just email you and Kip with a couple of details before we get there. And we're looking forward to a great day Friday.
Thanks. Appreciate your help with getting our races off this year. You've done a great job, and I know you're juggling a lot of stuff up there, and we're excited to be back, and it sounds like we're gonna have a pretty great day. So I think everyone's gonna be psyched. So we'll see you on Friday.
Very good. Talk to you soon. Bye now.
See you, Todd. One last thing on just if you're not familiar with the area, this is the parking lot. So you're going to come up the access road and you're going to veer off to the right here, come around. This is parking lot 3 up here. Usually, if you're here on time, you can probably get a spot right up around here. This is very long. There's more cars can fit in here than what they have here. And usually you can park right up here, and then you're gonna just walk straight up into the main area. You can't miss it. It's very easy. You'll probably see a line of people walking up there, and then you walk through. There's a walkway up along the left side of the building here, and that'll bring you around, and then you'll see the lift and everything up right in front of you. It's kind of all nicely self-contained. And then the race actually ends over here. So the finish line will be down over here. All of our, bags and jackets and pants and all that stuff, the announcements, all that stuff is right down here. You just kind of ski right down to the main lift. It's, 30 seconds. And then you're right back on the lift. So it's a pretty nice setup. So, and just to get down, you go down, Whitecaps, it's a chute kind of setup, nice and easy. And then, upper Sal's and then right down to, World Cup. So, pretty, well contained in this area, very easy logistically to kind of handle. It's a very nice race venue. They run big time races. Outside of NEMS. And they know what they're doing. So this will be a nice day. So all right. So I'm going to jump over to Mittersill. And so again, we've already covered a lot of the basics of the race, but so let me get off that. All right. So again, Mittersill is taking place, and I'm going to just pull up the same sheets that everyone else has available. Mittersill is on Saturday, which is the 20th. Registration closes on Friday at 9 a.m., which is a little bit different. We typically do noon, but we're going to be doing it at 9. So just be mindful of that. This will be 2 GS races. That's the biggest change, I think, this year, is that this will be a double GS race day. We've historically only done one race at Mittersill for the Hockenberg, which I'll get into all that in just a minute. But they did offer up the opportunity, and we just felt like it was a good opportunity for our racers to get a little bit more bang for their buck and really enjoy the day over there. So it'll be 2 races. The first race, and it will run just like the Waterville ones, just like we walked through. The first race will count towards the Hockenberg Challenge Cup, which we'll walk through. But just to kind of differentiate the two, the first race will count towards the Hawk. The second one will just be a normal race. They'll both count towards the Size Cup. And so just to kind of think about it like that. As a reminder, tickets, I'll start there. Tickets you need to buy separately. You need to buy them through a dedicated link, which is right here on the info sheet. There are instructions. So if you're running into problems, there's a link with instructions to kind of help you out. But this is, I think pretty straightforward. So you just click on this link right here. And again, you need to be registered, and all tickets are going to close. The window closes for this at 9 a.m. on Friday. So just be mindful of that. But click on that link. It's going to bring you to a new page. Click on FSC, Franconia Ski Club. All right, go down, pick a date. We're on the 20th. Okay, and then what you're going to do, this is really important. Make sure you pick the right one. I've actually messed this up. So just make sure you get the right one. It's going to be race day ticket athlete. All right. So don't worry about any of these other ones. You're all athletes on Saturday. click ticket, it'll show $96, add it to the cart. This is, you'll add a discount code in a second, so 96 is not the amount you're gonna pay. This is important. So if you've been to Canon or Mittersill before and you have an RFID card from them, you're gonna have a code on there. You can punch that in and they'll add it to that card and you just bring it. If you don't, they'll issue you a new one and it costs $5. That's pretty standard for Mittersill. I think some other places are like that too. So if you don't, I'll just assume you don't have one. Click it, add complete. Okay. And so from there, you're going to come over to your cart. And right down here, you're going to see your ticket, and there's your RFID. Right here is where you're going to enter that promo code. That was last year's. That's this year's, Hawk24. Hit apply. And now you're $96. You get a $62 discount. So it's a $34 ticket plus the $5 RFID card fee if you need it. Again, if you don't purchase it. So your ticket's $39 with the RFID card, and then you continue to checkout. And this is where you're going to need to enter in if you raced last year or if you've skied at Canon, you should have an account with them. If you don't, you just need to set one up and walk through it. It's very simple. This is everything you need to know. You just kind of go through here, enter in your email, and then just kind of walk through the steps. I'm not going to do that here because it's a lot of personal information. But if you get hung up on something, check out the info sheet. And again, there's instructions on here for what to do. It's pretty comprehensive. And if you really run into issues, you can reach out to Canon. Again, New England Masters does not handle race tickets. So you can email us about race tickets, but we ultimately can't buy them. We don't even facilitate them. So just keep that in mind. We will have a ticket for you. We will have your RFID card at registration. They will, at least last year, they had your name printed on them. So Lucy will be able to give you a ticket that is specific to you. Pretty straightforward. The Indy Pass also is, Canon also is on the Indy Pass. Saturdays are blackout days on the Indy Pass, unless you have the Indy Plus Pass. I would be really careful there. Again, this is a racer discretion. So if you have an Indy Plus Pass and you want to use it, go for it. It's yours, go for it. But you need to make sure that you're going through the steps to make sure that you can, you're getting access. And if you need to do any registration ahead of time, things like that, it's up to the racer to handle that, not New England Masters. But if you have just a regular Indy Pass, that's not going to work on a Saturday, unfortunately. So you will need to purchase a pass through this link. But again, it's a $34 pass, $39 if you need the RFID card, relatively inexpensive. That's it for tickets. Registration. Let's see here. So if you're not familiar with Mittersill, or if it's been a while, I know some people have actually never been over there. Mittersill is actually right over here. So Canon is here. 93 is right here. Most people will take 93. If you're coming in from Franconia, you're going to come up this way. But I think a majority of the people are coming up 93 or even down 93. But either way, you're going to get off at exit 34C. The signage is great. But if you're coming down and you've passed Echo Lake on your right, you've missed your exit. So you're going to have to turn around. And if you're coming up, you'll see Echo Lake on your left, and then you'll just take a left on exit 34C. Go across. The main parking lot for Canon is here. You're going to drive past that. So continue driving past, down the road a little bit. You're going to see entrance to Mittersill's parking lot here. You enter in, there'll be signs, don't worry. You enter in, you go down, the parking lot is right here. Let me just loop in a little bit. So the parking lot is right here, very easy to get to. The great thing about Mittersill is everything is super close. So you park right here, there's ample parking. There's no hills. It's all really nice and flat. You walk right over. This is the performance center right here. This picture really doesn't do it justice. But there's a big building right here. You can't miss it. There's a little building outside of the performance center that you'll have to walk right by it. That's where registration will be. Lucy will be inside that building. So you're going to want to stop there and check in for registration. Again, remember, if you already have a bib, you still need to check in with Lucy just so she knows you're here. And you'll get checked in, and you also get your RFID card, which is your ticket. So registration is going to be from 7:30 to 8:30. So bright and early in the morning, make sure you get there. It is a Saturday. It'll probably be a little bit busy at Cannon, maybe a little less so at Mittersill, but you still want to get there early. Give yourself enough time. Again, just on bibs, if you already have a bib, bring it. If you have it from the day before or Stowe or even last year, bring it. That's your bib. Make sure you have it. If this is your first race of the year or you didn't race with us ever, Lucy will give you a bib. She'll assign you one and she'll give it to you at registration. So don't worry about that stuff. And again, if this is your last race with NEMS or you're not sure if you're doing others, just return the bib to Lucy at the end of the day. Please don't leave your bibs just laying around on the table. You should really be personally handing your bibs in and not giving them to other people to hand in. They're your responsibility. If they go missing, they are assigned to you. We do consider them your responsibility. So just please be mindful of that. So that's registration. Everything takes place right here at that performance center. This is the slope right here. You can get ready in here. This is a beautiful building. There is plenty of space to get ready. You'll see all the racers in there. The kids will be in there too, getting ready most likely. So there'll be a full house. It's only a couple years old, so it's in great shape. There's a lot of storage for bags. There's a lot of places to sit. Please just be respectful of space. If you're not using your bag, store it in the cubbies or off to the side or under a table, just out of the way. I think they really want bags up on the wall in the cubbies so that there's plenty of room for people to come in and sit down and enjoy themselves and not be tripping over bags. And so just be mindful of that. All right, so the lift, everything here at the Performance Center is very kind of contained. The lift, hopefully you're not afraid of heights, because you'll be on a T-bar all day. You'll have your feet on the snow for most of the day. This is your lift. This is a really nice T-bar. It'll bring you right up to the start. There's a start house right here. This will take just a couple of minutes. The line will be right here. So you can see parking, Performance Center, where you get ready, you scoot right over to the T-bar, you go up, you scoot right over to the starting gate. And then you just rinse and repeat. It's really easy. And then that's it. And so the lift opens at 8:30. Inspection is from, and again, let's just pull up the info sheet here, because all this stuff is on the info sheet as well as the other places. But inspection is from 8:45 to 9:15. You can also get a really nice view of it, the course, from your T-bar ride up. You'll get a nice inspection there, but the actual inspection is 8:45 to 9:45. Race 1 will start at 10 a.m. So you should be able to get easily 2 looks at it, if not more, if you're really good with your timing. And then we're going to kick off at 10. We'll go through the motions for the race. Again, when you're done with your first run, please go back up and grab jackets and pants, bring them down. It's going to be cold on Saturday. And, just help your fellow racers out. Also, if you can, volunteer to slip. There's plenty of room on the side to free ski down. But if they do need slippers, just volunteer. It really helps everyone out, and it helps things keep running quickly and smoothly, which is good for everyone. Again, after that first run, we will not do a reset. We will take a look at the course. We will kind of clean it out if we need to. If we need to move a gate or two, we will look at doing that, but I don't think the conditions are necessarily going to warrant gate changes. The snow seems pretty firm at this point. So, and we will pretty much, go right back into it. So if you need to go into the performance center and take a break for a few minutes, that's fine. It's very easy to kind of go in and out and get back on the snow, but just be mindful of your timing. You don't want to kind of have people waiting around for you. And if you miss your start, they'll probably just scoot you in right at the end of your class, or the next class, but let's hope that doesn't happen. So after race one, again, we'll go inside, we'll break for lunch. There will be a reset, and then we'll start right back up, and we'll let everyone know when inspection and race start is for race number 2. And again, all of that kind of keys off of how race number 1 goes. So we will put that out on the team app, although service up there is a little spotty. So word of mouth will probably be the best way to kind of get that out, but that's never really been a problem up there. So awards are going to take place 1 hour after the completion of the event. They're going to take place right outside of the performance center. So if you want to go, get changed, go bring stuff back to your car, get situated, you've got plenty of time to do that. And again, if we end at 2, awards will be at 3. It's a little bit longer of an awards because we are doing awards for the Hockenberg as well. So just be mindful of that. We will try to get everyone out of there as quickly as possible, but this is a special day. The Hockenberg is a really kind of historic race, and it's a great race for us. So we want to be mindful of that. So one quick thing on Mittersill, the performance center has limited food options. They don't have a full service, restaurant or even a cafeteria, quite frankly. They have a kitchen. So what you're really going to see over there is, maybe some soups, maybe hot dogs, things like that. Very basic food options, maybe some, cookies for sale, candy bars, things like that. It's very limited. You can go over to the base lodge if you wish to go get food. I don't know that you're going to have enough time during the race. So what I'm getting at is it might be worth bringing something to eat, whether it's a full lunch or snacks to get you by, or simply just cash to purchase something to eat while you're there. So just a heads up on that. It's not a full service lodge. You're not going to have traditional salads and pizzas and like all that other stuff. Very, very limited. So I'm going to stop there before we get into the Hockenberg race. If anyone has any questions, let me know. And then otherwise, we'll jump right in. Okay. All right, I will take that as a good to proceed. So the last thing I wanted to cover was the fact that this is the Hockenberg Challenge Cup. And I'm going to pull this up really quick on our race page. You can go to the race page. It's the Hawk, nemsracing.org/Hawk. You can go to the race page, all that stuff. You go to the very bottom, you're going to see information on the Hockenberg Challenge Cup. If you've never seen these trophies before, they are pretty sweet. They're also very old. They're very well maintained. But this, I always joke, this looks a lot like the Stanley Cup, and it's quite large. So these are really cool trophies. The Hockenberg Ski Club runs this. This is the oldest ski club race in North America. It goes back to the 30s. It's actually the 84th. I got to change this. We had to confirm it. So this is a really cool thing. It's a race that we've been doing for a long time on the NEMS circuit. It's the only team aspect race that we do, at least this year. Never say never, but at least this year it's the only team race we're doing. So it's teams of 4, and there is a form here. You go onto the page, you click it. This is the form, and it's teams of 4. You can enter. You can be on multiple teams if you want. There's no rules against that. There's a lot of different categories. Each team entry for each team is $20. There is a representative from the Hawk House that will be taking these forms as well as the payment for the team. That is not done through New England Masters, so please don't go over to the registration hut that Lucy's in and give her a form and money. You can give her money, but you won't be registered for the Hawk Challenge. She'll take your money. But you won't be able to get any of these prizes. So there's a lot of different things up for grabs here. So there's fastest team, fastest male, fastest female, fastest all-female team, fastest old guy, fastest class. There's a lot of great stuff in here, and they take your top 3 times. So you've got 4, but they take your top 3. So keep that in mind. There's definitely some gamesmanship here. So make sure you plan your team wisely. I would also encourage people to come up with creative team names. I always appreciate creativity. But this is the form. They will have some of these forms, in the performance center that you can fill out. There's usually people looking for teams. So all the money raised for this goes directly to the Hawk House. This is a ski clubhouse. None of this goes to NEMS, and I think it's a really great thing. The money goes to the house. It goes to the preservation of these trophies, getting them engraved, keeping them in tip-top shape. That all costs money. So it's a great day, and we'll do the awards at the end. They've given out some really nice glasses the last couple years. And I think it's a really fun day, and it's a nice piece of history to be a part of. So I think that's everything that I've covered for this event. Again, go to the race page for more info. And I'm gonna stop it there. I don't know if anyone has any questions. I'll hang out, but we covered a lot in a little bit of time. But 2 really great days of some really great racing coming up. And the Hawk is just one of those races that we've been going to for decades. The stories from this race in particular, if you catch somebody who's been around for a while, I'm sure they'll talk to you about some of the adventures they've had when we used to go over to the Hawk Hilton afterwards for food and beverages. Those were good days. So any questions from folks here?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm getting some head shakes. Cool. All right,
Hey.
so we'll wrap it up there. This will be posted so folks can check it out at their leisure. But again, be mindful of those registration deadlines. There's tons of places for you to go get information. There's a lot of information out there. If you know someone who's not signed up, or if you're not signed up, get signed up and then get someone else to sign up. These are really fun days. The snow is going to be really good. I know it's been a tough year, so don't worry about that. Things are turning for the best this weekend. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone this weekend. It's gonna be fun. And if you have any questions, reach out, nemsracing@gmail.com. And we'll see you on Friday.